These are the work solutions to the second paper from the November 2009 series. Our first question, we're looking at calculating the volume of the prism. So if we think about the bottom level of this prism, we have got 9 cubes. Then on the second layer we have 6 cubes, and on the top layer we've got 3 cubes. So altogether we've got 9, 15, we've got 18 cubes, so we've got 18 centimetres cubed. Now we've got a cuboid, we're looking at calculating the volume of the cuboid. To do this, we are just multiplying the length by the width by the height. So we've got 8.5 multiplied by 4 multiplied by 2.5. It is a calculator paper. So 8.5 multiplied by 4 multiplied by 2.5. We end up with 85 centimetres cubed. Question 2, we've got 26 people in a cafe, 21 of them leave. So we're doing 26, take away our 21, and then 15 more come in. So we're adding the 15. Once again, calculator paper, do it all on your calculator. Add the 15 to give us 20. Next question, we've got the square root of 2.25. So our square root button just here, so square root of 2.25 gives us 1.5. Then we're looking at 3.5 squared. So 3.5 squared button right next to the square root button. So we've got 10.24. Minus 3 squared. So if you're popping this into your calculator, we should be using our brackets. So minus 3, so your minus button up at the top there. Minus 3 all squared to give us 9. And then once again, if you are doing this on your calculator, when you're doing your minus 8, remember to use this button. So we've got minus 8, minus and minus 4 to give us minus 4. Okay, question 4. Jamie's measured in lengths some shoes. We've got a graph here. The size of a shoe is 7. We need to write down the length. So size of a shoe is 7. The length would be 30 centimetres. The length of a shoe is 33 centimetres. Write down the size of the shoe. So again, we're looking where 33 is, reading across and then down, so that would be 8.5. Okay, so indices now. So when we are multiplying our indices, making sure that we've got the same base number. If we have, we are just adding those powers. So we end up with 3 to the power of 6. And so add the powers when you're multiplying. When you're dividing, we are subtracting the powers. So same base number there. So we end up with 5 subtract 2 to give us 5 cubed. Okay, we are now plotting a straight line graph. So the first thing that we're going to do is substitute our values of x into this equation to get our y values. So always start with our positive values. So x is 3 here. 2 multiplied by 3 gives us 6. Add the 3 to give us 9. We can do the same now for the 2. So 2 multiplied by 2 gives me 4. Add the 3 to give me 7. You should be able to see now there is a pattern. So if we're working down our table, we're subtracting 2 each time. So our next value would be 3, our next would be minus 1. These are now our coordinates that we are going to plot. So we're going to plot minus 2, minus 1, minus 1, 1, 0, 3, 1, 5, 2, 7, and 3, 9. Okay, so we've got -2, -1. So remember, along the corridor, up the stairs. And you should find that these coordinates form a lovely straight line. Okay, I'm just going to grab my ruler now. Please make sure that in your exam you're using a pencil and a ruler for this. It's a nice straight line. Just extend it all the way across the axes, and then we can label our line y equals 2x plus 3. Okay, question 7, we are looking at some angles. So ABC is an equilateral triangle. Okay, so I'm just going to pop those lines on there to tell me it's an equilateral triangle. Because it's an equilateral triangle, we know that each angle is going to be 60 degrees. Okay, because remember, our angles in a triangle add up to 180 degrees. And if all the angles are the same, our 180 divided by 3 gives us 60. ACD is a right-angled triangle. So that means this angle here will be a right angle, 90 degrees. So we need to work out the size of angle X. So here we've got our 90 degrees plus our 60 degrees to give us 150 degrees. Okay, question 8. Length of a pencil is 11 centimetres. Correct to the nearest centimetre. Write down the least possible length the pencil could be. So here we're thinking about our rounding. The least it could be is 10.5 centimetres. Okay, we've got some expanding double brackets now. So the best way to do this is to pop it in a grid. So here I've got x multiplied by x to give me x squared, x multiplied by 3 to give me 3x, x multiplied by 1 to give me x, and 3 multiplied by 1 to give me 3. At this point here, this is where I'm collecting those like terms. So I end up with x squared plus 3x plus x plus 3. Our 3x plus our x gives us 4x. So our final answer is x squared plus 4x plus 3. And then finally, using our calculator to work out this, we want to type this in exactly as we see it. Okay, so the first button that we're going to press is that fraction button there. Then I've got 12.7 minus 4.5 on the numerator. Then I'll press that down button to move to the denominator, and 7.8 multiplied by 2.5. Press our equals. It'll give it as a fraction. Okay, but our question is asking it as a decimal. So remember, if we want to change that, we're using that SD button right there. So we end up with our 0.4205128. Now it is asking for all the figures on the display. So no rounding here. And making sure that I pop in those recurring signs as well.